Welcome to the Leadership Spark Podcast, where we equip you to be the great leader your people deserve. This is Corey and Hampton, and today we're going to continue our conversation around how you can be not only just an extraordinary leader, but you can build an extraordinary team. And I know that's what you want. I know that all of us as leaders, we aspire to have the best team. We desire to be the landing spot. People want to be a part of your team. You want to deliver business results far above what other people may deliver. You want an exceptional team, what we call an extraordinary team. But if you want to build an extraordinary team, there are 5 pillars that you need to invest in, that you need to build in order to see that come to fruition. The first one we talked about yesterday, which is what, Hampton?
Develop authentic relationships.
Developing authentic relationships. It has to start with that. If you don't have authentic relationships, which equates to trust, then you're not going to have teamwork and you're not going to have the results that you want. And so today we're going to talk about the second one, which is commit to a common goal. And so common goals drive alignment. If you don't have alignment as a team, then it's going to be very hard to perform at high levels. If everybody on your team has a different goal, if everybody on your team has a different purpose, if everybody on your team is moving in different directions, your job as a leader becomes 10x, 50x more difficult, and it becomes even more difficult to deliver the business results that you want to deliver. You will have an underperforming team. You will not have an extraordinary team. You won't even have an ordinary team if you do not have some sort of alignment around a common goal that people are moving in the same direction. And so, Hampton, if there's a leader out there that's like, look, I'm buying in, I'm with you guys, I am developing authentic relationships, check, I've got those. I want to move on to the next step. I want to be able to commit to a common goal because I know that's important for an extraordinary team. What would you tell them that they need to do if they wanted to move forward with this idea of committing to a common goal?
Well, number one, this is mind-blowing. Here's number one. Communicate the goal explicitly to your team. So some of you may be like, okay, duh, I know that. I know I need to communicate the goal to my team. But based on what we're hearing, I'm pretty blown away at the amount of times that the goal is not actually communicated. And maybe, of course, you listening to this, you're communicating it to your team, but you may have peers, coworkers, people that work at other organizations that there's just no alignment across their team. So be sure to communicate it to your team. That's step one. And then once you communicate it, what if you gave the people on your team an opportunity to give you feedback? Now, you're the leader, and unless you're the CEO, you might actually be getting instructions about the goal from somebody above you. But at some level, you want to give your people the opportunity to give you feedback. You may not be able to do everything that they're asking, but at least for them to be heard based on how they're perceiving the goal. Maybe even sometimes someone gives feedback and you realize that they misunderstood the actual goal. And so, the best way to do this is actually to have weekly one-on-ones and talk about that goal periodically over time and just make sure that everyone is aligned to it. And then the third one is, we already said communicate it, but the best part about communication is you continue to communicate. And so you want to have some regular cadence as to where you're reflecting on that goal. For us here at WildSpark, we have this in many different ways, from a beginning of the year offsite for what is our goal for the year. We come together as an entire team every single quarter for an entire day to talk about that goal. We also come together every single week, at least once a week, and then once a month we go even deeper in that. Then we break out into functional teams, and then from there we even do one-on-ones. And so there's almost like this flow from the top all the way down to each individual team and each individual person, all aligning around this one common goal. And even then, sometimes you still have to create opportunities to expand upon that goal even more because people forget really easily. And so I'll go back through those one more time. You want to communicate the goal, and then you want to give people the opportunity to give you feedback. And then finally, you want to continue to revisit that goal periodically if you want to have step 2 of the 5 pillars of an extraordinary team. So come back tomorrow and we will talk about the big one, pursuing healthy conflict.